Here's actually a question for you, Jason. A good one from SE358. Old reliable here with always bringing us some good questions. After dinner investor, when you make pure clone investments, do you have a rules-based framework for that approach? You were mentioning cloning pretty heavily with your leading off with races, for example, and others. Do you have sort of like a filter system with that?
I do have a lot. So the first one with cloning is if I'm taking money that I work hard for and putting it into businesses, I have like a little checklist thing, and one of the first things on the checklist, like, is this a clone of a super investor? And if it's not, I better have like a damn good reason of why I'm getting into this, because these guys are obviously way better than me. Maybe I'll be as good as them one day, but right now they're the pros. And so my general rule is like, I generally want to be cloning. And then from there, if it's a clone that I do work on and understand and feel comfortable with, then I go into it as big as I want. If it's a clone where I have no idea what's going on, but I just want to get involved with it and be part of and potentially really clone it, what I do is I go in 1 to 3%, like on this Change Healthcare or Cardlytics, 1 to 3%, just because I have a lot going on, and just because when the 13Fs come out, I'm focused on it. And so I do my research of where the price has been, and if it looks like something I want to get into, I go into it with a small bet, and I use that to kind of motivate me to put a lot of work in to figure out if I want to do a bigger bet. And if I end up not, I either just hold it and watch the super investor, or I just get rid of it when I want to buy something else. And then the other kind of rule is that I like to buy within 30% of the low of the quarter they bought it in. So if a stock sells for, if the low was $100 and now it's selling for 150, I'm going to go, no, I missed it. They probably didn't, but potentially they bought it for a low during the quarter of 100. If I'm buying it for 150, they've already had a 50% gain. I'm behind the curve there. But if it's within a 30% from the low, like they could have bought it for 100 during the quarter. By the time I see the 13F, it's at 130 or below. Then I go, okay, that's within my realm where I'm allowed to do it. I make exceptions there. But generally I look for that. I want to buy it within 30% of what my super investors bought it for. And a lot of times we get lucky with, like, Alibaba is selling for less than they bought it for. Micron is selling for less than the low when Seth Klarman bought more last quarter. But I am open to buying it when it's gone up. I just want to be within that 30% threshold. But like all things with investing, it's a soft rule, but it is a rule that I follow. So that's kind of my framework on cloning.